Are you just starting My Singing Monsters, or are you a current player that is trying to improve your gameplay? Because if you are either or, this series is definitely for you. This is how to be a better MSM player. So at the end of the last video, I said that I would talk about farming. So today's video will be about farming. Now you probably remember me talking about how you need to get as many 4 elements as possible, and that is exactly what you need to do on all the natural islands, including the magical islands. Now you probably recall me saying that you'll need to have one of every single monster on your island, and that is actually very important, but I'll talk about that a bit more later. But just to increase the amount of 4 elements you can have on your island, please buy a hotel so you can store all your other natural elements inside the hotel, so you have more beds to fit more 4 element monsters on the island. Make sure you are storing the monsters though and not just selling them, because keeping these monsters on your island will be very important. But anyways, back to the 4 elements. Now you might be wondering, why 4 elements? Why should I farm with 4 elements instead of other monsters? Well, all the 4 element monsters on the natural islands will make more money and have a higher maximum of money that they can hold than other monsters such as 3 elements, 2 elements, and especially 1 element. Well, I could not tell you just how much I stress that you will need to upgrade your castles, because that is so important to fit more monsters on. So please upgrade your castles with every chance you got. Don't hold on to those diamonds like I said earlier. Make sure to spend them. Now, something that is thrown around the community a lot is, what is better to have 4 elements, Wubboxes, or ethereals? And this is a very important conversation we have to have right now. Ethereals are also very good to have lots of on your island, but the thing is, it depends how much you're logging onto the game. If you're logging onto the game multiple times a day, you want 4 elements 100%. It will just increase your money by so much more. But if you're logging into the game about once a day, ethereals actually are very good to have. But now we've got to talk about Wubboxes. You might or you might not have known, but the Wubbox holds the most money out of any monster in the entire game. But that's not necessarily a great thing. The Wubbox takes more beds and it takes longer to get a max amount of money. So it's actually much better to have 4 elements than it is to have Wubboxes, surprisingly. Not saying that the Wubboxes are bad to have, but they're only really good to have if you log into the game once every 2 days. A higher maximum, but a slower production. Please just believe me, I have 10 Wubboxes on my Earth Islands, and it's a big loss. I shouldn't have done it. I was not aware of how much better 4 elements were than Wubboxes, but now I'm suffering the consequences of it. Don't make the same mistake as I did. On the topic of Wubboxes though, I better talk about rare and epic Wubboxes. So the rare Wubbox is actually really good because it only takes 1 bed, but it holds so much money and has a very good production. Only thing is, you're most likely not going to be able to get a lot of these because of how hard it is to get them, and they're not very cheap to buy with diamonds either. Now, everyone's favourite, well, most people's favourite, the Epic Wubbox. The Epic Wubbox is a great sounding monster. Okay, I'm trying to figure out how to word this. But it really isn't a great productive monster. It takes 10 beds, which is absolutely ridiculous, and yes, it holds nearly 1 million coins, but it will take days to fill that right up. You're not going to be able to get a very good farm out of these, so I recommend if you do get one, just have the one. I didn't even include how hard it is to get these because epics nearly never come out, maybe only a few times a year, so that does make them even harder. And the diamonds are very high. It's like 50 diamonds for 1 monster put into the box. Now I only do want to keep these videos really short so it doesn't take a long time, so you don't have to listen to me just blabbering on and on and on. So the next video I will definitely be doing Zimp farming, because that is a very, very important part of your gameplay. It will increase your diamonds, your food, your money, shard, every single production in the game, obviously. Now I hope you did enjoy this one today and it really did help you, and if so, could you please consider putting a thumbs up, subscribing and turning that bell on so you can get that Zimp video as soon as it comes out. Thank you very much.